In 1929, Hungarian poet Frigyes Karinthy proposed that the world was not as vast as everyone once thought. The planet was not shrinking in size, nor was the global population declining by any means, but new technologies in navigation and transportation allowed individuals to traverse landscapes and interact with one another on a never-before-seen scale. Karinthy theorized that one could select any person in the world, and using no more than 5 individuals, one could contact a selected individual using nothing except the network of personal acquaintances. The evolution of these ideas in turn gave birth to the term social capital. When I first met Zach, we were just starting our first year at the University of South Carolina. One day, he mentioned he was trying to think up some big ideas for a project, and we all decided to take a trip to Charleston for the weekend. It was November, and I still remember how cold that water was when I squat down to film in the ocean, but it was all worth it when the project earned runner-up in the nationwide competition. 2 years later, Zach hit me up asking if I'd be down for another adventure. He said he wanted to show the world that social media wasn't just virtual, that you could use it to experience incredible things in real life. I wasn't exactly sure what he meant at first, and I wasn't even sure after he told me, but a trip to Cali sounded pretty dope, so why not?
This past summer, my friend Austin and I set out on a rather unusual adventure where we tasked ourselves with traveling to California using nothing more than Greyhound buses and the networking power of our social media. And what started out as a school project became this amazing collection of experiences, ranging all sorts of cities, cultures. It didn't matter where it was, or what we did, or who it was with. Every single day gave us a glimpse of somebody else's life. So whether it was making breakfast, or climbing mountains, or just hanging out in somebody's bar that they built in their garage. This is normal life to somebody, but it wasn't for me. And it's not for a lot of people. But by putting ourselves out there into this atmosphere of social media, we were able to connect with all sorts of people, whether we knew them or not. And these are just the snapshots. Luckily, we caught it all on film.
This is going to be our life for the next 2 weeks.
Leaving the house in Columbia was a bit more chaotic than we had anticipated, but thanks to a couple of friends, we were able to make it out on time. Throughout the trip, we kept track of all the help we received. We attributed a dollar value to each random act of kindness along the way, and those values will be shown in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. At the end, we should be able to add all the values together and use that as a measure of our personal social capital. I really had no idea what to expect from Atlanta, but I did know that it was pretty close to USC. So if things didn't work out with Austin's cousin, I'm pretty sure we could find somebody to stay with. I just hoped it wouldn't come down to that.
So we're out in Atlanta right now. We just arrived. It's about a 5-hour drive, something like that. It's like 11:30 right now. Bus was supposed to arrive at 10:45, but you know, we're here. But now we're just waiting for Austin's cousin to come scoop us from the station. I don't really know what the plans are. Like, we don't know the next steps until this guy picks us up. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm Carson. Zach,
So we just went on the Krog Street Tunnel, and it was just kind of like it used to be an old, shadier part of town. But there's a bunch of graffiti there, just beautiful work. There's also a lot of vulgar work there, but it was pretty cool. My first time in Atlanta personally, besides being in an airport, so everything is just pretty cool so far. It's nighttime. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I call it dog bed.
It's surprisingly comfortable. I've slept on it before.
I think the game plan right now is to make our way into the city either by foot or we'll call up some people that are in the area.
It's all about peace and love, you dig? Kid Rolex, you know what I mean? What's your name, bro?
Zach.
See, I don't even know his name. I'm about to get him where he going, you know?
What's going on?
I'm texting Lucy that we're here, although I just rang the doorbell.
Doesn't look like anyone's here.
Hey! Come on, let's go. You gotta lead the way, buddy. Come here.
No, she got the mic. She got the mic.
Oh, hey. All right, so we've just arrived at the Rittenbergs out in Atlanta, and now we have a place to safely store our camera equipment for the night. And now we're heading back into the city. Because we're so far out, we're gonna go ahead and take a subway there, or a metro line. We're gonna meet up with Carson, and we're gonna go to a comic book store because it's free comic day. So I'm super excited to get myself a free comic. I just hope I'm not too late. Alright, so yesterday we went to eat some gyros at this place. We plugged in a battery into the wall to charge up, and we forgot it there. And this dude just like, oh, I remember you from yesterday, reached behind the counter. I don't think he realized how much that meant to us. And that guy made our day. And we met a lot of good people on this trip. We're just gonna keep doing it. This is only day 3. I'm super excited to keep it going.
Hey man, nice meeting you. Nice meeting you.
Oh, it's awesome. It really was. I appreciate you.
Not a problem. Not a problem, man. Be careful. Enjoy yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so Greyhound heading to Nashville. Unfortunately, when we bought our tickets back in Cola, we left the place with a receipt and a copy, and they said that the copy would count as a receipt if we needed it to. So I got those just in case we lost the receipt. Ended up losing the receipt, and we got to the Greyhound station and they didn't accept my copy. So Ended up dropping about 150 bucks on 2 new tickets when it only cost about 75 to begin with, so that kind of sucked. But, you know, things don't always go according to plan. I'll be back here for sure. So we were on our way to Nashville, and the person we were staying with was actually a good friend of ours named Rachel. Austin and I had met her our freshman year at USC, and we would consider her a collegiate or scholastic relationship, just people you meet at school that you might be friends with for a lifetime. Alright, so we just arrived in Nashville, Tennessee. Getting off the Greyhound right now. We're going to go meet up with Rachel, who just called me. So here's where the adventure part 2 begins. Let's go. Alright, so last night when we rolled into the Greyhound station, there were a bunch of ambulances and police cars outside, so we didn't get a chance to do a proper introduction, but this is Rachel. Am I playing it safe? And we are now in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're about to go on an adventure, and I actually don't know what's going on, but they've been talking about what we're going to be doing today. And from what they've been talking about, like little clips and bits and pieces, it sounds pretty good. Make up reasons to wait.
Good morning. So, hello, welcome to my home in Nashville. Very green, and we're making omelets right now.
Am I playing it safe? I've been here for too long. Alright, so we just got done at Natchez Trace Parkway?
The Natchez Trace Parkway, yeah.
Parkway. And what exactly is that?
It's a trail that Lewis and Clark used when they were discovering America that goes from Tennessee all the way down to Mississippi.
And where are we heading next?
Now we're gonna go closer towards the city because Nashville is all about the country life and the city life.
We just pulled up somewhere. Rachel told us all to close our eyes, so I have no idea what we're gonna see right now. What's up?
Okay, here we go. See this great fence? We're gonna walk along this fence. We're currently walking to Centennial Park right now. It was built here when Nashville hosted the World Fair, way back in the day. And today we have the pleasure of going to an arts and crafts fair here. That's the girl, that's the girl I've been waiting
for. Alright, so we just got done with Centennial Park. And, you know, there's a market going on, the Parthenon replica. There's a bunch of puppies here. Just like the cutest things ever. But as much as I love this place, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna go visit a brewery next. Where are we at?
We're at Fat Bottom Brewery. I've actually never been. I've never been to any breweries in Nashville, but I've been wanting to try, and so this is what we're gonna do.
Yes. Yes. Nashville and to many more cities to come, and all the adventures with them. I was just saying, it looks like I'm driving through a movie set. Because everything is just, looks, you know, vibrant and nice architecture. Just a really cool city. I just love it here. I really do. Alright, so we're now at the Greyhound station in Nashville. We have our first real test as far as traveling goes because we board this at 9:15 and then we don't get there until 8:15.
was actually the first city where we did not know who we were staying with. We had gotten the number of a Mizzou DKE brother from the president of DKE at USC. This is what we call a fraternal or national organization relationship. I didn't actually know who we were staying with, or where we would be staying, or what we were doing at all. I didn't even know if we would be sleeping. It was all up to the guys.
So right now we're at the gas station, a little bit outside the city of Columbia, Missouri. Waiting on one of the Deke brothers to come pick us up.
I'm Paul Moser.
Like pump your body and... Alright, so right now we are on our way to, I think it's like a hiking trail called Pinnacles or something like that, or you want to describe it a little bit?
Yeah, so basically just like a really old rock formation that everybody in Columbia knows about, and that's like the place to go hiking in central Missouri.
We're just trying not to fall at this point. Wish us luck, I guess. It's apparently much harder than we thought to get out of here. We are just trying to find our way back to the car right now. We try to go down and around in different ways so that we won't get wet. And you know, we should have just stuck to what we knew because no one knows where we are now. Alright, so unfortunately we hopped on the Greyhound website and we realized that our bus is actually sold out for tomorrow. And so we can go ahead and purchase tickets for the next day, but it looks like we're gonna have to stay in Columbia, Missouri another day.
We're going to MKT Trails right now.
What does MKT stand for?
I actually don't know.
We'll figure it out along the way, but we'll tell you later after the trail.
This is my crib. I'm gonna give you guys a little DJ tutorial. I searched just the one bands from your playlist.
Yep.
A bunch of songs came up. So you want to look over here because it says remix. And so a lot of times doing like a club mix is better because it's already like somewhat mixed. So like kind of mixing on top of mixing is just like, it makes it a lot better. But you see over here, you have this number range. These are the beats per minute. I used this browsing control to, so you can scroll up and down the list of music.
That love is overrated. I'll give you the world if you want. Let me love you old school. I know you will dig it. Let me take you downtown. Date night, I'll make it.
Alright, it's been a long couple days here in Missouri. It's been a good couple days though. Tomorrow is to Colorado. Hasn't exactly been smooth sailing as far as traveling's been going, but the people we've met along the way have been pretty cool people, so it's made it all worth it. Alright, so 8:30, 8:45 a.m. Heading back over to Deke house. We got Parker. I have no idea if he's gonna wake up. But he's our ride to the Greyhound. For the Greyhound, we're gonna go to Kansas City. From Kansas City, we'll hop on another bus to Denver. It's gonna be a long day traveling, but I'm looking forward to Denver for sure.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, brother.
Yep.
And we'll see each other again.
Oh yeah. No, we will.
The next stop was Colorado. The plan was to get into Denver, and our buddy Brandon would be picking us up and taking us back to Boulder. I hadn't seen Brandon since my sophomore year of college. We wrestled together at USC, and then he transferred back to CU Boulder. I knew that I could trust the kid, and I was excited to spend some time with him because I hadn't seen him in a while. But I had no idea what to expect from this guy. What's up? We're here in Denver. It's my boy Brandon. Brandon, say hi.
I'm Brandon.
Alright, so we're in Boulder right now, and our boy Brandon's got us going and doing a hike called the Royal Arch. I don't know what it means, but apparently it's a thing to do around here. Miserable.
Got that? That's the best part of this damn trip.
You said your green peppers are dope.
You're good at omelets?
Yes, absolutely. I can make that into an omelet.
Good cooking. Just garlic salt and lemon pepper.
Hey, what's your Wi-Fi?
Thunderdome.
Just apple juice.
That right there.
That's the middle of the table, yeah.
Is it recording right now?
Yes, it is. We're about to enter the castle, I guess.
So these are the founders of Sigma Nu. It's James Frank Hopkins, Greenfield Corals, James McAvale Riley.
Welcome to the Sigma Nu house out here at Boulder, Colorado. We have a couple of the brothers stand by. Brandon, of course, you met earlier. And right here we have
Marcus.
And Drake. There's capital in your social media. Divide that into two areas, and that's, economic capital and human capital. And economic is, if we get picked up at a Greyhound station and brought back to the Sigma Nu house, there's an Uber fare associated with that value.
So, what are you filming for, though?
We're filming for the human side of it, the experiences of it, and all this idea. This is a documentary associated with the project, which is 17 days.
It's another day in Colorado. Time to go to Hanging Lake. Got a little 2.5 hour drive and some good times.
I guess it's a lake. I don't know. What's so special about Hanging Lake?
Clearest water you could ever see.
Clearest water we could ever see, man.
It's amazing.
It's a sneaky snake. Get wet.
Long hair, won't lie, seems right, no flights, went back
Well, here we are. End of day 2 in Colorado. I can't really say anything to explain that. It's been a good time.
It's been good,
Appreciate it, bro. Seriously. Next we're heading to Salt Lake City. We got like 3 hours to go home, get showered, pack our stuff, print our tickets, and get on the road.
And she knows I know I can't walk out, yeah, water, yeah. She knows I know I can't walk out, yeah.
It was actually surprisingly difficult to find someone to stay with in Salt Lake City, but eventually, Janelle came through for us. Janelle had graduated from my high school the same year as my brother, and this connection is what we would consider an alumni relation. Even though she would be working for most of the time we were there, the city seemed pretty walkable, and we were excited to explore.
Doing well. Howdy, howdy. Alright, so we are out here in Salt Lake City with Janelle.
Hi.
Going to the dog park.
Yeah, we're heading to the dog park for a little bit. They're gonna try to catch sunset, so I'm very excited to play with some more dogs this trip. We're at the top of Ensign Peak. I'm tired. And this is apparently where, a long time ago, they got together, they planned out the entire city, all revolving around that temple. And it's an amazing view. I hurt my knee earlier this year wrestling. I thought it was all better. I must have excited or something like that with the strenuous hiking. I gotta get another brace.
For the produce or floral department.
1879.
So Janelle and Joe are working right now, and we're gonna go ahead and explore the city while they're doing that. So I think the first goal is to try to find a downtown area. Alright, so behind me, you got City Creek, and right behind you. So right here, we are in Temple Square. Behind me, Temple Mormon. Over there, Assembly Hall, we just got this Book of Mormon. They told us a little bit about the culture and the religion. It's just really pretty outside. It's a clean city. A lot of people that just want to share the religion with other people that come by. It's gorgeous. Nice, so you will arrive at your destination. Alright, we're at the U, or what they call the U. This is the University of Utah. We're gonna try to see if we can get into the basketball stadium.
intimidate visiting teams. And this is where a visiting team's basketball, volleyball, and it does intimidate people.
Really? It's tiny. Imagine
Oh,
entire
yeah.
backup and like starting line squad like in here.
So this is the home team. Pretty nice.
What is this?
That's where they can put all their phones.
So we were walking around the campus and we ran into...
I'm Josh. I go to school here for the master's program at social work. We do the maintaining, upkeep, setting events for everything that happens here at University of Utah. We love it.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet place. The Block U of Utah. We leave tonight at 11:15 and heading to Reno. And who knows what other adventures will be over there. But for right now, sitting down feels really, really nice. Amazing. Yeah.
So I thought I needed. So I thought I needed.
Throughout this project, we discovered how few people we knew out west. Luckily, we got put in contact with this guy named Ken. Ken had worked with Austin's dad, and we can consider this a type of professional relationship. We could also consider it a leap of faith. Ken wouldn't be able to pick us up in the morning when we arrived from the Greyhound. So we took the time to explore the city a bit before he picked us up.
We're out here in Reno. Just arrived off the Greyhound trying to figure out where we want to go to eat because I'm hungry. So far, only restaurants are reservation only, which means we can't afford them. But we'll find some. So we're here in Reno, decided to stop into a coffee shop to get warm and grab some stuff. And we walked into here, where we met
Spencer, this is Java Jungle.
They're gonna show us how to make some pretty cool coffee art. We are standing kind of in the middle of the river that runs through the city. And we're kind of just walking around and checking it out. Mr. Todd's gonna be picking us up around 4:30. We rolled in at like 8 a.m. So we got a good amount of time to kind of chill out and check out some of the sites on our own. And so far, besides the weather, it's all looking pretty good. It's really cold. We're at the University of Nevada, Reno, and it is still cold. Surprisingly, it's colder higher up we went. Didn't know the place was on a mountainside. About 5 o'clock, we just got picked up by our host.
I'm Ken Todd. This is my wife Cindy.
Pleasant journeys.
Pretty good. Wanna try? Oh wow, that's really smooth.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're packing up here. About to head out. I think first destination is maybe like Lake Tahoe, and then we're heading on the bus at 8:15, and we'll be in San Francisco by 1:30, 2 o'clock a.m. So it's coming down the final stretch.
Oh my God, can you be still? Porcelain on my boot, and how could you go and do this? Coming so deep, so.
Alright, so we're out here in a town called Truckee. It's like an old lumber town. But we're gonna make our way to Lake Tahoe pretty soon, and then Virginia City, which is apparently more old school than this. So I'm very excited to see what's in store for today. This is Lake Tahoe. It's the second deepest lake in the United States. It's also the largest lake of its size to be at this high of an altitude. The water, that's a little colder than what I'm used to. So I'm not gonna go in there today. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. How's it? Pretty good. So you just go. Find the elevator, get as high as possible. Virginia City is kind of this old-timey western city that we've stumbled across. You have, horses down there. You have all sorts of crazy saloons and candy shops and other such stores up here, general stores and such. It's just, it's like stepping back through time. It's pretty cool to see what things used to be like. So we're at the Renaissance Hotel and they're having this grand opening event. And there's just wild stuff to do everywhere. There's games to play, there's drinks to drink, there's just like, look at it. Are you in heaven? Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so pulling the curtain closed on Reno. We are, yeah. We're just like ending it on a high note right now. The Renaissance has a grand opening, and we're enjoying good food, good drinks, and good company as we end our trip. Next stop, California.
Bye, Reno.
Every time I take you out, I'm looking like your bodyguard. But I don't care 'cause I don't want nobody staring at you hard. I understand you're beautiful, but I'm just more into your heart. You need to understand that make you see below you from the start. 'Cause you're the main.
Our final destination was Stanford. Originally, we had planned on going to LA through Vegas, but since we didn't actually know anyone in either city, we had to get creative. I had met MickeyZ while volunteering as a coach during a wrestling camp at NCH in Cincinnati. He went to a rival high school, but that didn't stop us from becoming boys. Luckily for me, he was out at Stanford.
Yo, we're in San Francisco. We're waiting on MickeyZ's friends to come pick us up in a zip car. But we'll be out of here in just a second and be back on Stanford's campus and figure it out from there. Stanford with MickeyZ.
Girl, I've been thinking about you like you owe me money on a rainy day.
Alright, so we're here in MickeyZ's room. It's about 1 o'clock, 1:30. We're kind of just getting the day rolling right now. MickeyZ had a class in the morning, and when he got back, he kind of set us up for the day, sent us some good locations to go visit. Right now, we're just gonna go around, walk around campus. It's a beautiful day outside, and it's my first time in California, so I kind of want to get out there and explore.
Hey yo, I heard you talking about being the one that everybody tends to ignore. Girl, you should know that I'm thinking about you, everything you do, I adore. And you ain't never gotta worry about nothing, 'cause I've been put through so much more. My ex has been through so much less, but you the one I'm gunning for, and you the one I'm running to whenever I get into my feelings. I wanna dance with you all night long, we about to make a killing. I need your participation, they be rushing in the crushing, we just be chilling. You know I got you anytime you need me, baby girl, I'm more than willing.
Alright, so we are heading right now out of Arroyo Dorm with MickeyZ to the dish. Is that what's called? The dish. Right now, we are just about to leave MickeyZ's room, heading to San Francisco for a bit. Trying to catch the Golden Gate Bridge right around sundown. I think at the end of the day, what I want people to understand most about this film is that we're just normal kids. And what we're doing is just like a little hard work and a lot of good friends.
At the beginning of the trip, I was just excited for a chance to go out to California. But by the end of it, I realized it was about so much more. I finally came to understand what Zach meant about using social media to experience amazing things in real life. The people we met and the memories we made together became part of an experience that money couldn't buy. While we were risking our safety and comfort, others were willing to risk so much more by just allowing us into their homes. But our trust in one another was rewarded with an incredible adventure that all sorts of different people could be a part of. We were all willing to give a little in order to be a part of something much greater, in order to be a part of 17 days.